So I'm just taking a look at all these townhouses. I've got some created. It's nice to know that they're building something new in case I should want to buy a house myself anytime soon, but I don't think I will buy one of these. I don't like them so much. But I would buy one if it was, I liked the area and there was nothing else, and I felt as though I wouldn't be stable unless I bought a house in an area such as this. So this is what they look like. They look pretty big actually. They look as though they might have quite a bit of space on the inside. So it's pretty interesting to see the finished thing. But I don't know much about the fencing. Whether they're going to put fences up, but I would want one. But I'm not crazy about this. I'd rather something like a house. But if I were like wanting to just buy something instead of nothing, I would buy a house such as that. So I'd rather a house such as this. It's pretty cool. Or this. This is a house with some land. But if there's nothing, like there is nothing here, I mean all this new stuff, all the boxes of salt, I could consider buying one. Because I don't mind this area. It's fairly flood free, fire free. Doesn't have a lot of pretty quiet around the new area. Where I live, it's atrociously loud because it's right next to the main road. But those houses are more expensive than what my parent wants to sell their house for. So I'd be better buying their house if I didn't care if it was old or new. But at the moment I can't afford anything, so I don't think I'll be buying either one. But if I had the money, say I won lottery or something, and all of a sudden, my parent had sold their house and I was left alone, I'd be like, well, I'm not keen on moving to the country. Then I would buy one of these houses maybe. Of course, around that way, in that direction, about 10-15 minutes away, there's 2 blocks of land for sale. So that's where you could buy your own house. Or you could buy the 2 blocks of land and build one house and have another block for a pool or whatever. Or just have it there. But anyway, I probably won't be buying one of those houses, but it has swam through my head if I couldn't really find a place I could, not like I will, but I could buy one of those houses if I wanted to. Because I don't mind this area. I mean, shops are here, shops are back over the other way, so it's pretty good. And trains just like a few minutes walk that way, So it's got its good sides about it. It's handy, for someone who ventures into the city, wants to live near shops, but doesn't want to walk too far, doesn't want to walk up and down atrocious hills. It's not a bad spot. So, and since I love to I just love to catch trains into everywhere, it's like it'd be very inconvenient for me to live in a place just like this. Even if nothing's perfect and I want to sell it in 5-10 years, it's a place to just start to base yourself. Unless I want to do something else, live somewhere else. Quite like other states, even though they've been locked down here, very little worry about the lockdowns, but still have to abide by the rules, like wear a mask, but no big outbreaks, which is good, because then you won't be at risk. Whereas if I moved into the other state and just lived wherever, I'd be like very disappointed if they have something more contagious than up here. So yeah, you think about that, turns you off from venturing place to place, but I've never met anything big enough when I'm traveling. Everything's been just like here, so no big worry. Anyway. Well, that's it for my walk. I actually got 5 more minutes. But it's nice to know if everyone rushes out, leaves me alone. Nice to know I could buy a house around here, even if it's just a place to start and not necessarily a place to stay. But ideally, I think it would piss me off to have a neighbor like the next wall, so I just can see that I would probably feel like my space has been, there's not enough space around me, so, and space makes all the difference, ideally. Anyway, of course, if you had no other choice, you'd be like, I can sell this in 5-10 years when I have enough money to move somewhere else. Or whatever. Better than a rental, where you're paying just as much, but I'm actually paying $500 to $800 less in a rental, but at least this place would be yours. So, stuff to think about. If I'm abandoned, no idea what I should be doing. Don't trust traveling, or don't feel like traveling. Maybe